Hey everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Mark.
And I'm Jessica, your co-host. We're so glad you're here with us today. If you're listening, that means you're serious about improving your English, and that's exactly what we love to help you with.
That's right. Today's episode is going to be a big one because we're talking about a topic that every English learner dreams about: speaking fluently.
Yes, fluency is one of those magic words in language learning. Everyone says, I want to be fluent in English. But what does that actually mean? And more importantly, how do you get there?
Exactly. In this episode, we'll break down what fluency really is, what's holding you back, and practical steps you can take every single day to improve your speaking.
And don't worry, this won't be just theory. We'll share real examples, role plays, and even give you a speaking challenge at the end.
So if you've ever felt stuck, nervous, or frustrated when speaking English, stick with us. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clear roadmap to sounding more natural and confident.
All right, Mark, I think we're ready. Should we dive into our first big question? What does fluency? All right, so let's start with the big question. What does fluency actually mean? Because, Mark, a lot of learners think fluency means I need to sound exactly like a native speaker.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest misconceptions. Fluency doesn't mean you have zero accent or that you know every single word in English. Fluency is really about being able to express yourself smoothly and naturally without getting stuck every 2 seconds.
Exactly. Think of it this way. Fluency is more about flow than perfection. Can you keep a conversation going? Can you share your ideas without translating word by word in your head? If yes, you're already on the road to fluency.
That's such a good point. I've met learners who say, I'm not fluent, my grammar isn't perfect. But honestly, native speakers make grammar mistakes all the time. What makes them sound fluent is confidence and flow, not textbook grammar.
Yes, I'll give an example. Imagine someone says, Yesterday I go to the store and I buy some apples. The grammar isn't perfect, right? But if they say it smoothly, with confidence, we understand them immediately. That's still fluency in action.
Exactly. Now compare that to someone who pauses a lot. Yesterday I go store and, buy apples. The grammar is technically closer, but the flow is missing, and that makes it feel less fluent.
So, fluency is about three things: speed, smoothness, and clarity. Not speed like talking super fast, but speed in the sense of not getting stuck.
Right. And clarity is key too. If people understand you without asking you to repeat every sentence, congratulations, you're already fluent at your level.
That's really encouraging because it means fluency is not a final destination. It's a skill you can build little by little.
Yes, and today we'll walk you through exactly how to build it step by step. But before we do that, I think we should talk about the biggest obstacles that stop learners from becoming fluent.
Good idea, because if you know the blockers, you can avoid them. Let's jump into that next.
Okay, Jessica, we've defined fluency, but now we need to talk about something really important. What actually stops people from becoming fluent?
Yes, because if you don't know the blockers, it's like running a race with heavy weights on your legs. You're working hard, but you're not going anywhere fast.
Exactly. So let's list the big ones. The first one I see all the time is fear of making mistakes.
Oh, yes. Learners often freeze because they're worried, what if I say it wrong? What if people laugh? But here's the truth, mistakes are actually the fuel of fluency.
Totally. Think about kids learning their first language. They make mistakes every single day, but they don't stop. They just keep talking, and eventually, they get fluent. Adults need to give themselves the same permission.
Right. So, blocker number 1, fear of mistakes. Let's move to number 2, overthinking and translating in your head.
Ah, yes, the classic. You want to say something simple like, I'm hungry, but instead your brain goes, okay, in my language it's tengo hombre. Now translate each word. Ah, subject verb. Oh no, grammar mistake. And by the time you're ready, the conversation has already moved on.
Exactly. Fluency dies when you translate word for word. That's why thinking directly in English is such a game changer.
For sure. And we'll actually teach our listeners how to train their brain to do that in the next section.
Okay, blocker number 3, not enough speaking practice.
Yes, some learners spend years studying grammar and vocabulary, but hardly ever open their mouths to actually speak. It's like reading books about swimming, but never getting into the water.
That's such a perfect analogy. Fluency is a muscle, you have to use it. Reading and listening help, but if you don't speak out loud regularly, you won't build that smooth flow.
Exactly. Even talking to yourself counts. We'll talk later about daily speaking habits, but trust me, you need actual speaking time, not just passive study.
Okay, last one, lack of confidence. And this is huge, because sometimes learners do have the vocabulary, they do know the grammar, but they just don't trust themselves.
Oh, I've seen this so many times. A student knows exactly what to say, but they whisper, I think maybe, I'm not sure. And suddenly, they sound less fluent.
Yes, confidence shapes fluency. If you believe you can speak, your sentences come out smoother. If you doubt yourself, you hesitate, and fluency breaks down.
So, let's quickly recap the 4 biggest blockers. Fear of mistakes, translating in your head, not enough speaking practice, and lack of confidence.
Exactly. And the good news is, all of these blockers can be removed with the right strategies. And that's where our next section comes in. Step 1, think in English.
Yes, this is one of my favorite tips because it completely changes how fast you can become fluent. Let's dig into it.
All right, Mark, so we just talked about the fluency blockers, and one of the biggest ones was translating in your head, which leads us to step 1 for fluency. Think in English.
Yes, this step is huge. If you're always translating from your native language into English, it's like running with heavy weights. You'll always be a step behind.
Exactly. Imagine someone asks you, "Hey, what's your favorite food?" If your brain goes, "Okay, in my language it's kebab. Now, how do I say that in English?" By the time you answer, the other person has probably changed the topic.
Right. But if you train yourself to think in English, your answer comes instantly. My favorite food is kebab. Smooth, fast, confident.
So, how do we actually train our brains to think in English?
Good question. Step 1. Start small. Don't try to think in complex sentences at first. Begin with single words around you. For example, if you see a chair, say in your mind, chair. If you drink water, think water.
Yes, like labeling your world in English. And once that feels natural, you can move to short phrases. I'm sitting, I'm drinking water, it's sunny.
Exactly. And here's another powerful trick. Self-talk. Just narrate your day in English, even silently. For example, I'm walking to the bus stop. I'm listening to music. I feel tired, but happy.
I love that tip. And for listeners who feel shy, don't worry. You don't have to do it out loud in public. You can do it quietly in your mind or even whisper at home. The key is practicing the English flow without translating.
Here's one more change your inner voice to English for at least 10 minutes a day. So instead of thinking, oh, I forgot my keys, in your native language, practice saying it in English. I forgot my keys.
That's so practical. It's like switching the settings on your brain, and over time, your brain will naturally start picking English first instead of your native language.
Yes. And once you master thinking in English, speaking becomes 10 times easier. Because your mouth is simply following your thoughts, you don't need that slow translation step.
Beautiful. So, listeners, if you take one action today, start this. Spend 5 to 10 minutes thinking in English. Label things, talk to yourself, narrate your day. It's a simple but powerful daily exercise.
Perfect. Now that we've trained the brain, it's time for step 2, training the mouth. Because fluency isn't just mental, it's physical too.
Yes, and we'll share some fun speaking drills and even do a mini demo. Let's get into it.
Okay, so we've trained the brain to think in English. Now it's time to train another important part, your mouth.
Yes, because fluency isn't just about knowing the words, it's also about how easily your mouth can produce them.
Exactly. Think of it like sports. Even if you know the rules of basketball, you won't play well until your body has practiced the moves. Speaking English works the same way.
That's such a good analogy. So let's talk about how to train the mouth. One of my favorite methods is shadowing.
Oh yes, shadowing is powerful. Listeners, here's how it works. You listen to a native speaker, maybe a podcast, a movie line, or YouTube video, and you repeat it immediately after them, like an echo.
Right. And the goal isn't just repeating the words, but also copying the rhythm, the speed, and the intonation. It's like becoming the speaker's shadow.
Exactly. And don't worry if you can't catch everything perfectly at first. Even trying builds your fluency muscles.
Here's another exercise, tongue twisters. They may sound silly, but they're great for mouth training. For example, she sells seashells by the seashore.
Classic. And here's another one. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. These are fun, but they also train your tongue to move smoothly in English sounds.
Yes, and you don't need to be perfect. Just practicing fast phrases improves your fluency.
Another tip is reading out loud. Take any text, a news article, a story, even your English textbook, and read it aloud. This builds speed, confidence, and pronunciation.
And I'll add this, record yourself. When you listen back, you'll notice things like hesitation, unclear sounds, or even where you're strong. It's like being your own coach.
That's a great one. So to sum up, training the mouth is about shadowing, tongue twisters, reading aloud, and recording yourself. All of these build fluency because your mouth starts moving in English automatically.
Exactly. So when the brain and mouth are working together, you can speak smoothly without that heavy pause and think moment.
Now, I think it's time we show our listeners the difference. How about a little role play, fluent English versus stuck English?
Yes, let's do it. This will be fun. All right, listeners, it's time for a demonstration. We've been talking about fluency in theory, but now let's show the difference between stuck English and fluent English.
Good idea. Let's set the scene. Imagine we're at a coffee shop, just meeting up as friends. First, I'll play the role of a learner who's struggling with fluency. Ready?
I'm ready. Let's go. Hey, Mark, how are you today?
I am fine. Thank you. And you?
I'm good. So what did you do yesterday?
Yesterday I go store, buy apples, and, after go home.
Oh, okay. Sounds nice. Okay, that was the stuck version. Now let's do the fluent version. Same conversation, but this time let's focus on flow, not perfection.
All right, let's try it.
Hey, Mark, how are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks. How about you?
I'm good. So, what did you do yesterday?
Oh, yesterday I went to the store and bought some apples. After that, I just relaxed at home and watched a movie.
That sounds perfect. Much smoother.
See the difference? In the first version, I hesitated and broke the flow, even though my grammar was close to correct. In the second version, the grammar wasn't perfect, but it flowed naturally, and that's what makes it fluent.
Exactly. Fluency isn't about never making a mistake. It's about keeping the conversation moving so the other person stays engaged.
Right. And that's what we want our listeners to practice speaking with flow, even if it's not perfect.
Beautiful. Now that we've shown the difference, let's talk about another key to fluency: confidence. Because without confidence, it's hard to sound fluent even if you know the words.
Yes, let's jump into step 3. Building confidence in speaking.
So, Mark, we just showed our listeners the difference between stuck English and fluent English. And honestly, a huge part of sounding fluent is just confidence.
Oh, yes. Confidence is like the secret ingredient. You can have the grammar, the vocabulary, the practice, but if you don't believe in yourself when you speak, your fluency will fall apart.
Exactly. I've seen learners who know a lot, but they whisper, they apologize for every sentence, or they look scared. And guess what? That makes them sound less fluent than they really are.
Right. And on the other hand, I've seen learners with limited vocabulary, but they speak boldly, clearly, with a smile, and people think, wow, this person is fluent.
So confidence is everything. But the big question is, how do you build it?
Well, one of my favorite tips is to practice speaking in low-pressure situations. Don't wait until you're in a job interview or a big presentation to use English. Start small practice with yourself, a friend, or even your phone's voice recorder.
Yes. And here's another: celebrate mistakes. Instead of thinking, oh no, I messed up, think, great, I just found something new to learn. Mistakes are proof that you're improving.
Totally agree. Here's a fun one. Try what I call the confidence posture. Before you speak English, sit up straight, smile, take a deep breath, and then talk. Your body language actually affects how fluent you sound.
That's so true. And I'll add another: repeat successful moments. If you had a good English conversation, even a short one, write it down, remember it, and remind yourself, I did it once, I can do it again.
I love that, because confidence grows from evidence. The more little wins you collect, the stronger you'll feel.
Exactly. And listeners, here's the good news. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you practice. Just like grammar, just like vocabulary.
Beautifully said. And when you combine confidence with brain training and mouth training, your fluency will skyrocket.
Yes, and now it's time for something really practical. Step 4: building daily speaking habits. Because fluency isn't a one-time event, it's a daily routine.
Couldn't agree more. Let's give our listeners some practical daily habits they can use right away.
So, Mark, we've talked about the brain, the mouth, and confidence, but fluency isn't built in one day. It's built through daily habits.
Yes, fluency is like brushing your teeth. You don't do it once and say, okay, done forever. You do it every single day, even for just a few minutes, and it adds up.
Exactly. So let's give our listeners some simple but powerful daily speaking habits. Habit number 1: talk to yourself in English.
Yes, it may feel a little strange at first, but it's one of the best things you can do. For example, when you're cooking, describe what you're doing. I'm cutting onions. I'm boiling water.
Or when you're planning your day, say it out loud in English. Today I need to go shopping, then I'll meet my friend. You're building fluency without even needing a partner.
Right. Habit number 2. Set a short speaking timer. Even 2 to 5 minutes a day. Pick a topic, like your weekend, your goals, or your favorite movie, and just speak nonstop until the timer ends.
That's a good one. And habit number 3: Use English in real life, even in tiny moments. Order coffee in English if you can, send a short voice message to a friend, or join an online conversation group once a week.
Exactly. It doesn't need to be long. Even a few seconds of real conversation builds fluency muscles.
And here's one more. Make it fun. Watch a short clip of your favorite show, pause it, and imitate the character. Or sing along to a song. If you enjoy it, you'll keep doing it every day.
That's the key. Fluency comes from consistency, not intensity. A little every day beats a big session once a month.
Beautifully said. And now I think it's time we give our listeners a challenge, something simple they can try right after this episode.
Yes, let's create a fluency workout they can do today. All right, listeners, it's challenge time. You've learned the steps. Now let's put them into action with a quick fluency workout.
Yes, and don't worry, this won't take long. Just 5 minutes of focused practice today can give you a real boost.
Here's the challenge. Step 1, set a timer for 2 minutes. Pick a simple topic, like my morning routine or my favorite food. Then speak nonstop in English until the timer ends.
Don't worry about mistakes. Don't worry about grammar. Just keep talking. Even if you repeat yourself or say, a lot, that's okay. The goal is flow, not perfection.
Step 2, shadow a native speaker for 1 minute. Choose a short YouTube clip, podcast, or even a line from a movie. Play it and repeat out loud like a shadow.
And step 3, record yourself for 2 minutes, then play it back. Notice your strengths, not just your mistakes. This helps you track your progress over time.
So that's it, 5 minutes, 3 simple exercises. If you do this every day, your fluency will improve faster than you think.
Exactly. And if you try this challenge, let us know. We'd love to hear about your progress.
Now, before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap and share some final motivation.
Wow, what a session! Today we covered the key steps to speaking English fluently, from thinking in English, training your mouth, building confidence, to daily speaking habits.
Exactly. And remember, fluency isn't about perfection. It's about flow, practice, and confidence. Every small step you take brings you closer to speaking naturally and confidently.
So start today. Try our fluency workout, practice a little every day, and celebrate your progress. Even 5 minutes daily adds up to big results.
You've got this. Keep speaking, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Your fluency is just a few daily habits away.
Thanks for joining us on the English Learning Podcast. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye for now.